Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sharing the Scoop. And today I have with me is Rudra Nikam. So hi Rudra, how are you?
Hi, how are you? How's everyone else? I hope everybody is safe and fine.
Yes, absolutely. We are all fine, and we hope you are also very fine and safe. So Rudra, can you please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Okay, hi guys. My name is Rudra Nikam, and I am currently pursuing my PGP from IIM Ahmedabad. I'm in the second year of my curriculum, and I'm a fresher. When I joined the B school, I was a fresher, and my background is I've done bachelor's in management studies with a major in marketing. And that's about it. Currently, I interned at Bain in the summers, Bain and Company, and I've got the PPO for the same. So that's about me. Yeah.
Super. Congratulations first of all for the PPO, especially from as something as prestigious as Bain. Uh,
Thank you.
okay. So, when you were preparing for CAT and the other entrance exams, what was your experience like? How you used to
Uh,
manage everything?
I think I wish Vishesh sir was here on the call. He would have been he would have explained how I was during this entire process because he had seen me. I was so scared. Being a non-engineer and being someone who always is not a person who's very competitive in nature. I like to compete with my own self, like a better version of myself every day. But when it comes to competing with so many people, it was kind of scary for me initially, but I took a lot of baby steps. So I started preparing way back. I think 2 years back. I took almost 1.5 years to prepare because I knew that I was parallelly running for my graduation, right? And I was in my college also. I was very much into extracurriculars. I had a parallel career as I was a professional anchor and an actor. So I was juggling between that. So I knew I needed good time to prepare, and I needed my own pace. So that's how I did it. I took baby steps towards my preparation with professors like Vishesa, who guided me all throughout. Majorly motivated me that I could do it and not lose so easily, because you would also agree with me, in the beginning you always have these goosebumps of like, let it go. I mean, I don't want to do it. It's not going to crack. But yeah, I started like I remember preparing by starting majorly focusing on concepts. So be it quant or be it LRDI, I focused a lot of concept. I did a lot of concept building. I took good 1 week or 2 weeks for one particular concept, as in a chapter. And then I went ahead and solved the additional questions. In RC, I used to um, read every day, used to find my own baby steps there also, methods of reading, skimming, uh, and yeah, a lot of hard work eventually turns out to do something good for you, and it just happened.
Super. Any particular insights as far as the exam CAT is concerned, which a normal student who's preparing right now who will not know them?
Okay, so let me give you. So everybody knows what cat paper is. We all know the entire, the paper pattern. Let me,
Syllabus and
yeah,
paper
syllabus,
pattern, yeah.
it's everything. Let me tell you something that I asked my professors at IMA. I mean, why did you take this exam? I mean, what even because there was a point when I thought that I didn't belong on that campus. So that's when that question struck me, that why did you take me? And that's when they actually told me the importance of this paper and what are the things they are judging in this paper. So now you're giving XYZ papers, but please understand what are they judging, and you have to show those skills. Yes, analytical things is what they are judging, but they're also judging your skill of letting go, right? In CAT, they want to understand that if in life you get a problem, you give some minutes to it. But if you think it's not going to crack, how capable are you to just let go that question and move on? So please keep in mind that this paper is not here to fight with you; it's here to judge you. So see these skills. So other skills that they judge you on is your presence of mind. If you are focused, For example, on reading those RCs, which are so complicated, why are they so confusing you and they sound a bit gibberish sometimes? Because you have to be as concentrated as you are while reading each and every line, and read between the lines also sometimes. So that's one more skill that they were judging you. They also told me that they judge you on skills of like how calm you are during the paper. So calmness is something which is very important for a management person or a leader in near future. Other skills that they are going to judge you on your caliber of disconnecting and connecting. For example, your LR section didn't go well, but now is the other section. How easily are you leaving aside those thoughts of that section and spitting? All these professors are going to be way better than me to give you all the tricks and tricks for each section, but all I can tell you are these soft things which every person just disregards while prepping. So now when you're preparing and now you're giving your mocks, please make sure that you continue doing all these things what I just told you, because on the day of paper, with so much of stress and anxiety, you don't want to like lose just because your mind was wavering, right? You knew it all. So maybe this can help.
Very true, very true. Because what happens is the ability that I sometimes tell them to leave questions left, right if you don't get it, because don't take it on you ego, कैसे solve नहीं हो रहा है. And you have other sections to prepare from as well. I mean, that 1 hour, if that 1 hour didn't go very well, you have another next 1 or 2 hours coming up. Don't ruin at least that, just to make the situation worse.
Exactly. Yes, so
Super,
true, so true.
super. Okay, okay. Then did you get any other calls apart from IMA, and what was the interview experiences in the colleges, if you had any
Yeah.
calls, and specifically in IIM Ahmedabad, what did they ask, and what was it
Yeah.
focused like, if you remember?
Yes. I definitely remember, because those were the days I don't know you. How can someone forget? So I got calls from all IMs except BNC. I remember my IMA interviews was third, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it was third in line. And my first interview was IM Lucknow. Um, yeah. So they always told me, like all my professors told me, listen, A is unpredictable. We don't know what they're going to ask you. Okay, I don't know what they're going to ask you. So best of luck. And I was like, "Arey, kya hi puchenge?" Because you know what, Lucknow guys were the Lucknow interview was very similar to the Kozhikode interview, and Kozhikode similar interview was very similar to Indore's interview. I was like, what are they going to ask other than these? And the professors were right. Ahmedabad's interview was out of nowhere. So I was backing on my profile as one of the key spikes of my CV. Like because as I was mentioning, I was a professional actor, anchor, a marketing enthusiast. I recently featured in a advertisement, so I was all pepped up to talk about all of these things that can differentiate me in that interview. And in Ahmedabad, they don't even look at my CV. They don't even open my folder. They don't even bother to even ask me, tell me something about yourself. Rather, they just shoot with firstly understanding what my name meant. So they were very inquisitive. Why Rudra? What Rudra? And all of this. And after that, they just dived into uh, asking me about my academic subjects, which I studied in the undergrad. Obviously, I was a marketing graduate and I wanted them to ask me questions on marketing. So I waved the marketing subjects ekdam achhe se. Like, sir, I know PR, I've done advertisements. And I was like, ask me anything. And they're so smart that they knew that marketing is my best foot ahead. They just go ahead and ask me all quant questions. They ask me all supply chain questions. Then they go ahead and ask me all business policy, law kind of questions, because they were assuming that I'm a management student. So I should know all of these things. And I should have. And I did know all of those questions, and I did peculiarly good. It's not that they didn't ask me marketing questions. They were just 3 questions that they asked me. My interview was almost 35 minutes at Ahmedabad. Was the only common thing that happened. At Lucknow, it was majorly on my, it was a overall, experience where overall interview where it started off with, yourself, internships, your some GK questions, And there was one thing in Kozhikode interview, there was a picture, there was a painting exactly behind me. And they just, in a minute, they just told me, turn and see that painting. And I was like, what? And then I turned and I look at the painting. And then they're like, so we know you're a creative person. Describe this picture in a sense that we can't see it. Something that we are not being able to see it and only you can see it. So yeah, these are some of the major examples. So my tip to people who are preparing right now for their PI is know yourself in and out, guys. Know yourself, which means know your CV, whatever you're writing on that CV, know the points in and out, the backstory of it, the effect of that incident in your life, how it improved you, everything. Secondly, your academics, whatever subjects that they know, because they have a tablet in front of them. They can actually Google your subjects. If I write bad subjects, we can see a list of things. So they know your subject, they're going to ask you. And lastly, don't faff. If you don't know an answer, just say a no. I remember in IIM Indore call, which I also converted, I remember saying no 4 times for questions. 4 questions and 3 were consecutive. So he asked me, do you know this? He asked me the length of river Ganga, which I didn't know. So I was like, sir, I don't know. And it's okay. They're not judging you in this because 3 questions he asked me when I said no, no, no. And then he asked me, okay, so tell me something about your internship. And there I took it ahead and I gave all my energy back, right? And they were expecting me to go low and, again, remember what they are judging, your
Correct.
ability to
Correct.
switch.
They are judging you on your strengths and not something that you don't know
Exactly.
about. Correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes with that, somebody else might panic as well with 3 consecutive no's and then, going again all in on the immediate next opportunity that you get. Very well said,
Exactly.
actually.
So true. So true.
This is okay. Okay. And so you said that you interned at Bain in your first year and now you got the PPO as well. What was
Yes.
that experience like? What did you work as and what was the work like? I mean, was it now as in work from home thing just now?
Yes. It was work from home model. But so yeah, my Bain experience was very, very good. One of the best experiences on campus. I had a case. I had a growth strategy case where it was for a market leader of India. So it was fairly a very interesting case, and I remember I never wanted to get into consulting in first place, but I was a marketing graduate, as I told you, and I was very much into marketing from day one of my college and wanted to get into one of the best companies of marketing on the campus. But Bain happened, and I wanted to experience consulting once in my life because I was just 20 when I got into Ahmedabad, and I was like, I'm young, I need to experience, I want to explore. So yeah, explored it well, loved it. Now backed with a PPO, so we'll be joining next year as a junior associate, junior associate consultant. So I work as a summer associate in the management consulting team right now at Summers.
Super. And so you said that you have done a lot of extracurriculars, like you said, mentioned about advertising, anchoring, and all the other internships that probably anybody else can do as well, in a way.
Yeah.
So how important that is in terms of getting into a
Yes.
good MP school, and what does it do to your profile?
I will. I mean, extracurriculars is something that differentiated me. Today, what's happening is these recruiters come. I mean, when I talk about recruiters, I'm talking about the IMA people who are coming to take people, right? So 450 is the batch size, and they want as much as diversity as possible in their batch. Because if 7 engineers are going to just sit and talk about things or a business strategy, they tend to talk about the same. They have the same logic towards a problem. But when I put a commerce grad there, I put a media student, a doctor, an architect, a fashion student, the conversations evolve. And that's when I tell you that your extracurricular matters a lot. If you are into sports, if you're into writing, if you are into theater, dramatics, anything, please go ahead and pursue it. For me, if you see my CV, and I talk on behalf of my Bain internship also because I think that was my spike in that my CV then also. I remember that my CV, like that's what differentiated me completely. My that was my selling point. and I stood out because of my extracurricular. So go ahead. It's very, very, very important. You get marks for the amount of diversity that you're getting to the batch. So as diverse and as unique you are, that's the better.
Very true, very true. We are also saying the same thing. Get as many as certification courses and internships as possible. You never know how it will help you exponentially while
Exactly.
while
Yes, I
getting a
completely agree with
MBA.
that. Yes.
Super, super.
With that, I just wanted to add one point is plan it well advance. Okay. So I started planning for my MBA back in my first year of graduation. So I knew that by after my third year, I wanted to get into B school, no matter what. Um, Maybe not in the same year I graduated, but at least in a year I have to get into a B school. So the first year I dedicated to making my CV with all the extra competition, extracurriculars. The second year I did 3 internships back to back. Then I eventually landed up last year only preparing for my CAT exam. So that's how I divided my entire thing. So maybe you all can take ahead and do something for yourself.
Very true, very true. I
Yeah.
feel when you were talking about your interview experience, I realized one thing as well, that probably it's a game of chess, where you have to anticipate 2 3 moves ahead, that what you're gonna answer. Based on that, they are going to cross question you, and make sure that keep your facts ready, because they can just check it up anytime they want to,
Yes.
whatever you have said it on your CV, and
Yes.
stuff like that. Okay,
Ye-
super,
Yeah.
super. So thank you so much, Rudra, for your time and amazing insights that you had given us. I am very sure this will help a lot of people out there. So thank you so much and have a good day. All the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad you invited me. Hope to see you soon and catch up super soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Probably we can do such more sessions as well in the future.
Done, done, done. For sure.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.